Hey guys, welcome back to Arry The Stag. TR Tony here, sat in the garage, and if it's anything like where it is where you are, we're about 6 feet underwater, it would seem. It's just flood after flood after flood, hasn't stopped raining. So not a lot we can do outside this weekend in terms of fixing cars and getting out underneath UES 591S after all the recent shenanigans we had getting that car back to base. It is at home, and that's good news, but can't get anywhere near it. So we'll just have to wait until the weather improves before we get underneath it. What I thought I'd do this weekend is just work through the garage. You'll notice behind me the car seats that are still here. I need to get those sorted, and the plan is to get them shot blasted. I'll probably take them up to Southampton likely tomorrow, and when we do I'll obviously film the whole process, get the metal frames done, and then I'll show you in just a second. Actually, I managed to unearth loads and loads of seat foams and covers and all sorts of stuff that we've gathered over the last 2-3 years from various sources, and Mike at Wessex Car Trimming assures me that a lot of the stuff he can actually reuse, primarily because the plastic and the UPVC, beg pardon, the PVC is absolutely solid stuff made by ICI originally, so it's definitely worth trying to preserve as much as we possibly can. And for those that would have seen the seat squab a couple of 3 weeks back on a previous video, if you haven't, go back and have a look and see what condition that was when I managed to split that away from the seat squab frame, which is actually tucked away behind me right through here. Was just, I mean, you know, I had several people quite rightly saying just chuck it in the bin. It is in bin liners just behind me, actually. You can just see it here, and I'll show you that in just a second as well, just to remind you what a state that was in. But I am assured by Mike that can be resurrected, so I'm quite intrigued to see what can be done. As you know, Arry and I have both promised ourselves to spend money on the cabin, so we will invest some good money on getting the interior looking really straight, and when the weather's bad, the car tub not yet back, what better else to do than try and sort out some interior. So let's just have a look and see what we've got, and update us on the current state of play with UNY 49M's seats. So here are the car seats ready to go, and I'll be slopping those into the back of the Mitzi very shortly. If we drop down a little bit further, and as they say on eBay when you get stuff through the post, nicely packaged, here we have the rear seat squab that you will have seen me take off the other day, and I think I've had some horrendous feedback in terms of what is going on here. Mike reassures me that these can be rescued. Looks like it's had some repair there before with some Hessian, but let's take them up there and see what you can do with them. If they have to go in the, if it does have to go in the bin, then so be it. At least we've tried our best, but if we can trick cycle or recycle, as they say, then that will be a very good thing. So fingers crossed on that front. Rear seat squab, watch out, here we come. Now, tracking back across the garage, we have acquired 1 or 2 seat foams over the recent years from, as I mentioned earlier, various sources. This one I think came from a guy in Southampton originally. It's obviously a seat back and looks in reasonable condition. 1 or 2 bits missing, but I think that will suffice and do for another day. Over here on the floor, I've just managed to get all this together, various seat squabs. So this obviously is a front seat squab that is fairly original, been used. This is another one here with actually a cover that came with it. Again, it's got a few holes in it, so I don't know if that's any good, but maybe Mike can use certain panels by cutting certain things out if he wants to. Here is the seat back, which I've not done anything with. Elected probably to let him do his magic on it. I don't want to get into loads and loads of more work on that. If he's doing seat trimming day in, day out, hopefully it's a relatively straightforward job to do. I don't know if you can use that vinyl again or not, or if we have to buy a new one, then we will have to. We'll have a look. In here we have 1, 2 seat squabs. I think that was care of Hardeep, so thank you Hardeep if you're watching. There's a couple of seat foam backs, and you can see these. This is how it's different to the modern one. If I come back, those 2 seat foams are actually contained within the whole thing here, so it's all one piece, whereas when they were originally made, they came as 2 little foam backs in the back. So that's one. I've got 2 seat bases, a seat back in there, and then there's another couple of seat backs foams in there as well. So that's all ready. And here we have various hardboard seat back covers. You'll be familiar with those. Those who've got the cars with the hardboard inside. and those we're going to take up to Mike. If you can use them, great. If not, we can chuck them in the bin. That was obviously a head restraint that you saw me take apart the other day. I have chucked some stuff out, which I regret, but what else can you do when you're trying to restore a car? Hopefully some of it will be useful for him in due course. And for those of you that are really observant, you would have seen the front door cards removed from the car, UNY 49M, a while back. Not in the best of condition, as you can see. Hardboard, not sure if that's any good or not. Looks a bit tired. I'll take advice on this from Mike in due course. Looks a bit warped and a bit ropey in places, but maybe we'll get away with it. Depends what magic he can perform really, but again, I think probably the vinyl has gone, but again, I'll take advice. No loose fibres in there, always check those pockets. But yeah, we've got a couple of those ready to go, so I'm just going to throw it all at him and see what he can do with the interior. So job lot, here it comes. Happy days. And so there we have the runners now installed in the back of the car. I'm going to get those cleaned up if I can, whilst I'm getting the rest of it done. And if we go to the back of the Mitzi, very handy to have such a big car. You can see here's the rear seat squab, and everything else is tucked away under here with the material and foams behind that. So tomorrow we'll head off up to Southampton and see what we can get done. Fingers crossed. Alright guys, so very good. That's an afternoon's work on a day when it's been pouring with rain. Glad to get the old bench now clear, and we're off tomorrow to go and see if we can see this company in Southampton who can now shop blast and clean up the seats. And on the way back, I'll see if I can call in on Mike at Wessex Car Trimming to see if we can sort out a plan for the rest of the materials and all the stuff that needs doing to it in time. So that's it for today, guys. Hope you're enjoying the journey with us. It is step by step, we know, but we will get there in the end. And hopefully we're mixing it up a lot so that you can all have fun and enjoy it. So there we go. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you online on Arry The Stag very soon. All the best. Cheers guys. Bye.